This is Pete Feenstra, www.getreadytorock.com on Sunday the 30th of May, live at the Bull's Head Barns, a Stormy Monday club, very famous jazz club in West London. Talking to, on my left, from somewhere in France, Champagne in France,
Champagne, right?
Mr. Charlie Fabert, and the fabulous vocalist, the man himself, Mr. Cox. And the reason we're talking to these two chaps, apart from the fact they're down here to see a great gig with Rieta Austin, is the fact that, of course, you've got a brand new album.
That's right, we have, yeah.
Do you want to tell everybody what it is?
Yeah, it's called That's What We Were Born For. It's on Note Music. We recorded it back in January and February, and it's a nice eclectic mix, as my stuff always is, with a lot of stuff that Charlie and I have written. With some great players on there. Roger Cotton produced it, Pete Stroud on drums, Nigel Hardy on bass, we've got the Nicky Payne and Matt Winch on horns, Bal Cowell and Mandy Bell singing backing vocals, Alan Glenn playing some harp on it, and it's already had a lot of great response from people that have heard it. They really love it. So
this was recorded over here. You came over to record it here, or you did some in France? Or?
Yeah, we recorded 3 days over here.
Yeah.
At Rondell Studios, you know.
Yeah.
Roger's Cotton Space.
Yeah, which is somewhere in Kent.
that's right.
Exactly.
Cool.
And I have recorded some, over the guitars in France.
Yeah. And as regards to songs, the songwriting.
Yeah, well, we've
Both of you. Or?
we've both written songs on the album. It's 4 co-writes from both of us.
Excellent.
We've done a couple of Rogers songs, a couple of songs from Richie Milton. He gave us 2 songs that he hadn't recorded.
Great songwriter, yeah.
And we've done 2 covers. We've done Frankie Miller's song "Be Good to Yourself,"
Which makes sense because, of course, you
absolutely
played
well.
members
That's
of the
right,
house,
yeah. And also a great song written by Ben Montench and Devil McClinton called "You Were Never Mine,"
Oh, right.
which is just a fabulous tune. And hope to get it out as a single.
So Charlie, how did you meet Paul?
We met 2 years ago at the Il Pai Club, and I like to say that, but it's true. We met at Christmas, you know,
Yeah.
for a Christmas party. I always say that Paul is the best Christmas gift I ever had. So
And you've been playing blues in your own right in France. For those people that don't know, you've been doing that for quite a while, and you played a New Morning in Paris. I think we talked about this before.
yeah.
Filled it, which is fantastic. So you've obviously got a following in France as well.
Yeah,
Good supported blues scene in France.
for sure. It's not always, you have people to really listening to blues music, and you have a kind of circuit because of that. And that's really fun.
Yeah, a bit like a parallel jazz thing. Really.
For sure, yeah,
Exactly.
absolutely.
As they used to be.
Yeah.
And of course, so you obviously met at this gig, and when did you actually sort of? say you're gonna
I
work
actually said
together?
to Charlie on the night, I watched him play, and I just have to say that, as people testify to, I've worked with a lot of great guitar players, very well known ones over the years, and what struck me about Charlie was, for somebody who at the time was 20, I was impressed by both his maturity in his playing, and he had his own style, which is always something you want to look out for.
Yeah.
There's a million guitar players that play great, but they just sound like everybody else.
Yeah.
He stood out from the crowd, and I said, we've got to work together, and I walked away. He was over here at the January of last year, and I organised some gigs for later in the year, and then he said, do you want to come to France? I'm going to do a DVD and CD live.
Yeah.
So I went out there to do some stuff with him there, and then we've worked on and off for about 12 months, various little trips, festivals and bits and pieces in both England and in France, and with a reasonable amount of success up till now. New projects always take a while to get going,
Quite so.
but the response has been excellent from those that have seen it.
And the last tour that you did here, which was the kind of groundbreaking tour, that was good.
Yeah.
Very,
Yeah,
very
it was,
good.
yeah.
We did like 35 gigs in
Which is-
40 days.
Yeah, something like that.
On
yeah.
both sides of the.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
In
it was
Belgium.
crazy.
And you started in France and then came over to Britain. on that
Absolutely.
tour.
Yeah.
We started in France and Belgium, and
to Belgium
we
too.
came
Come back over here. Yeah, that's right.
And was the response equally good?
Yeah, that was really fun, especially because we were playing in France with my band and
good,
in
yeah.
England with Paul's band, so
Yeah.
it was a real exchange.
Yeah. And did the music change because of that at all?
I think a little. I mean, there was the odd song that we didn't do in France that we did over here, and vice versa. The dynamics were slightly different. Charlie's so used to working with his own band, and they're so polished and so good, and they understand, that it was easy for me just to sit in on there. We had to start from scratch with the band over here. Once he got the ball rolling, and we worked so much that by the end of the tour it was just cooking with gas,
And I think especially after 35 gigs, it's always good to have a fresh breath on songs you used to play.
That's right. Yeah,
It's a
That's
great.
what happened.
It's a great time to record, of course.
absolutely. Yeah.
Because the songs presumably stretch out.
That's right. Yeah, they do. They stretch out, and also you get. He's the great thing I've loved most about working with Charlie is he suddenly made me want to write again. For so many years I haven't written anything I've been very proud of. With this album, we've written, I think, a couple of killer tracks. There's one of them, in fact, I can hear getting covered. Now, I always think that's a good testament to a good song. You know, and I'm really proud of that.
And the good thing is the originals really are a real mix of all
Yeah.
of these.
Yeah.
So
A bit of rock, a bit of blues.
There's a lot of the
swing,
soul stuff in there, a lot of the blue stuff, and you know.
Yeah.
Which,
I mean, almost every time it worked the same way, you know. One of them at the beginning of a 90, and we worked together
Yes,
on
right.
it.
Yeah.
And most of the time on tour, and that was
Yeah.
great too, because
Yeah, we
we
wrote-
try
yeah.
things every night.
Ah,
And
so
it was really
that
good.
keeps it very, very fresh.
yeah, and that, you know, it's been years since I've had an opportunity to do that, and I'm really. you
So
know, it's-
anyway, I've got to cut you. The album's out now.
It's going to be released very. It's actually available for download. You can get it on download on Note Music. It's available for download on Note Music. You can preview the tracks; they're all on there. The physical copies will be out in a couple of weeks' time.
The
But
7th of August is the official date.
is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
And the two of you, do you have a website for the two of you? Or are they
yes,
separate?
there is a website. It's what's it? Paul Cox.
It's Cox.
Cox-Fabert.com.
Absolutely.
Cox-Fabert.com. We've also both got separate Facebook pages, MySpace pages, and individual websites. But for the both of us, Cox-Fabert.com.
Well, we're hoping to bring you down Boom Club Beaver or something.
That's
Tour in autumn, I guess it was.
That's right. Well, we're at the
Some
we're
dates now, but I mean, for those
We're at the
people-
Beaverwood on I think the 7th
That's in
of
Chislehurst,
July.
okay,
Chislehurst.
good. Glad you came.
And December the 4th, we're playing the Boom Boom Club on a Sunday night in December, and the Half Moon in Herne Hill the night before.
So we are. Go out and check the shows. Please check out the album. Thanks, Charlie, for being here.
Thanks, Pete.
Catch you later on. Paul,
It was a pleasure,
it's been
Pete. You know
talking
that.
to you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks to Bob Bonzi on the camera, and good night.